Yo, guys, what is going on? Today, we're going to be talking about the Newcastle Burnley game. We just beat them 2-1. Obviously, we're going to be having a look at this. What an absolute unbelievable goal by Bruno. Burnley came out at the very start. They had high intensity in the first 5 minutes, and then we kind of took over the game. We'll go over everything. This goal was sensational to score from a corner. Unbelievable. As you can see, this was sort of the trajectory it took, the amount of curve it had on. After this, I'm going to say this: Bruno was trying to hit everything in from corners, from free kicks, from everything. He was trying to score. I think he just was. I think, to be fair, I couldn't understand it, but yeah. Basically, he shot here and it went like into the top bins, as you can see here. What an unbelievable goal to open up the scoring. He's scored in back-to-back games now. He's been looking absolutely sensational. Our captain, that's why we love him, and he had a great game outside that. Another person I want to highlight and need to highlight, Anthony Gordon. This man, let me just see if I can. I'll just put Kyle Walker's thing there just so it's up on the screen so I can get it more on. Right, this is like sort of the map, the heat map and stuff of Anthony Gordon. 74 minutes played, right? He had 63 touches as a winger. That is crazy, by the way. Just to go out there normally, that is unbelievable. Like say, Anthony Elanga here, he played for the full game, and he had 61 touches, which is still insanely high for a winger. Like wingers in the whole game normally get anywhere between like say 40 to 50 touches or something. Gordon in 74 minutes had 63 touches. He was 100% the man of the match. He looked on his best form today. He actually was the reason that Elanga ended up getting the Burnley player a red card, because he did an unbelievable pass straight through the lines. It was like somewhere from around here, straight through the lines of the defence, and basically Elanga got taken down by Perez, as you can see here. It was like, yeah, it was around this sort of area. It was any sort of contact, Elanga was going to go down, and it was 100% going to be a red if there was some contact. It wasn't a lot of contact, but it was still contact as it is. But either way, we'll go through it. There was two great goals in this, to be honest. Gordon had a penalty, which, like I said, came from his own doing. So, and then obviously the unbelievable goal that I showed you from Bruno Guimaraes. Great goals. Lovely to see Gordon back at it. Hopefully he can keep up this form. Obviously we've got Leverkusen away midweek, and then we have the Sunderland derby at the Stadium of Shite next weekend on the 14th. So hopefully this will be a good sign for things to come. Eddie Howe basically rested Tonali. He brought him on like the 90th minute. I'll go through like the subs you can see here. So Sandro Tonali came on right at the very end for Jacob Ramsey. Jacob Ramsey had a pretty decent game. He looked better today, actually. Still needs to improve a bit more, but he's getting there. Obviously, he had some lack of match fitness. He needs to get used to everything. But I'm not too fussed about that. Joe Willock, I was very tentative when I saw the lineup, because I was kind of hoping instead of Joe Willock, it would have been Lewis Miley. We had a bit more of attacking-minded sort of midfield and team, so I wasn't terribly worried. Joe Willock actually looked pretty good. I was fairly impressed by him today. But yeah, either way, Bruno bossed the midfield and Gordon bossed the wing. Voltemada didn't have much to do this game. As you can see here, that's his heat map. It was very central and had one, I think it was one header or one, I don't know if it was a header or a shot. But yeah, he didn't have much to do this game, to be honest. He had good passing. It was only 16 touches, which wasn't exactly ideal, but he came off for Johan Wissa, which is someone else I need to talk about. Johan Wissa has finally stepped foot on the grass. He was on for 16 minutes. I was watching him quite heavily, actually, because I was intrigued to see how he was going to be with based on his lack of match fitness. He was raring to go. He was constantly trying to make runs. He was trying to make runs a lot of time, even when there probably was never going to be a ball that was going to go to him, like even from the defense. But I love that anyway. I like to see his determination in this, and he's going to be determined because he's going to want to become the number 9 and main starter, which, I mean, he is the number 9, but he wants to become the main starter for Newcastle. So don't have a problem with that. As you can see there, just had 10 touches, which is nearly the same as what Voltemada did in the whole game. So yeah, he was a bit more. I mean, obviously they were down to 10 men in the second half, so of course that's going to be a bit different. But yeah, Whistle looked good. Of course, again, I'm not sure where this has come from, but I noticed this in the past. Voltemade is not our penalty taker when Gordon's on the pitch. It's always Gordon. Not too sure why. I think it's been like 3 or 4. I think it might even be 4 penalties by now that Gordon's ended up taking over Voltemade. Voltemade held the ball, give it to Gordon. I mean, I don't mind. I'm just surprised because I don't mind Voltemade taking pens because it'll give him a bit of a boost. But it is what it is. Gordon scored it. It was a great penalty, and it was against Martin Dubravka, which it was nice to see towards the end of the game that the fans were like chanting in his name and stuff when he was at home. He was towards the Gallagher side, so respect there. He was obviously an unbelievable goalkeeper for us over the years. Ramsdale didn't have much to do, to be honest. Like, let's have a look here. Saves from inside the box 1. As you can see there, punches 1. He had 2 total saves. How the hell does that make sense? How do you have a save and then have a save from inside? Oh, unless it classes like saying running out of the 6-yard box. Maybe I don't know. I've never really looked that much into this, but Ramsdale did okay. He didn't have much. He would have been upset that he didn't get a clean sheet, which leads on to the penalty. So Jacob Ramsey, the person I was talking about before, said I had an okay game. He basically was the reason that they got a penalty. He did a very silly thing. He basically put his arm out like this, and the ball hit his arm right near the goal. I think we would have saved it. I think Ramsdale would have saved it. I think he did like that. I think it was kind of trying to push their attacker away, to be honest. But yeah, it was a clear penalty for me. And yeah, they went through. Fleming put it in. It was a decent goal. Ramsdale nearly saved it. Actually, just went under his arm. Guessed the right way. Basically there was on Sky Sports. Not on Sky Sports. On the TV. They showed a statistic that came up that basically had like Fleming's goals, and it was basically all on the bottom right. It was like all placed in the exact same spot. And there was one like on the left or something, but it was kind of obvious he was going to go like over here. So Ramsdale gets the right way. He got a hand to it, but there was too much power on it. So fair play. And then they got a cross on the last minute, which they could have potentially equalised. And if they equalised, I would have been not a happy boy today. But yeah. As a whole, it was a good game. It was good to get a win. Hopefully, they can start kicking us on. Obviously, like I said, Johan Wissa will not be going to AFCON for DR Congo, so we actually don't have a single player that's going to AFCON, which is good because that means hopefully we can start kicking on. So this is football, but the other one I use is SofaScore. I mainly kind of use those two, just because I think FootMob is a bit easier to understand on the eye. Like the way it sets up things is kind of a bit easier to understand. SofaScore is a bit more in depth, which I do like to go into, but I guess for some things like showing on videos like this, it's probably worth just showing on some stuff on FootMob. Like you can see lights up here. So if you look at the first half, we had 58 possession, they had 42, not amazing. Obviously we had big chances, shots on target. They didn't even have a single shot on target. The second half was where it all changed. We had nearly 80% of possession. This is because of the red card. Like I said, I'm very happy. We looked good. It got a bit scary at the end when they obviously equalised, but it is what it is. Either way, let's have a quick look at our future results. Obviously, there's Johan Wissa coming on for Big Voltemade, and look at Big Joey in the background. Oi, we love him. Voltemade, like I said, had a good game. Not his best game for Newcastle, but he held the line good. And then Johan Wissa, like I said, looked very up for it. As you can see, the Leeds-Liverpool games going on at the moment. Isaac is not started in that one, so interesting. But let's have a quick look at the table. We've jumped up to 11th. Like I said, look at this. From 4th to be 25 points, which is one game off us, all the way down to Nottingham Forest, which is 15th. That's 10 points in, like, what? So 13 teams? That's crazy, isn't it? Like, even just the likes of, say, from 20th at Bournemouth, or the 20 points 5 points in it between 5th and 13th. So that's what 10 teams. That's crazy. I'm very happy that the season's gone the way it is. Arsenal lost a game today at Villa. I think I said before the game in the chat and stuff that I thought it'd be 2-1 to Villa, and that's what it was. Just because Villa's had an unbelievable home record. Like, look at that, 5 wins in the last 5 games of the Premier League. Their home form, their home form's amazing. I think they've got like 22 wins undefeated or something at home, games undefeated at home. And then obviously they're just winning everyone at the moment. They just kind of have this big resurgence over the last couple of months. Great to see. I'm big. I like Villa. They like I said, they're very much like us. I feel like I got. Sorry. God bless me. Yeah, but either way, I think Villa and Newcastle have always been that sort of. They've been said that over the past few years, we're the two teams that are kind of like trying to push into the top 6, quote, as was said. We're the two teams that are pushing into that. So yeah, so I like seeing Villa up there as well. It's as I've got quite a few friends that are Villa fans as well. But so basically, this game, if Leeds win this, they'll go to 17 points. So again, same points as Fulham. If Liverpool win this, they'll go up to 25. Same as Chelsea, because obviously they're on 23, which is is added the draw on for anyone who doesn't understand that. So they were on 22 points before this game, so they can go maximum 25. So interesting, and we're going to have a quick look at the games coming up. But either way, yeah. So Man City won today, Arsenal lost today, made the title race very close. Obviously, Arsenal still has to play Man City at the Etihad, so at the Man City Stadium. So if you would think Man City's going to win that, you would think that potentially Man City is actually the favourite right now, which I've said for the past couple of months. I think, the past month at least, I would say Man City is my favourite to win the Premier League. Let's have a look at the games coming up. Obviously, we've got the Leverkusen away. You can see there. And then Sunderland. Yeah, so here we go. So we've got Leverkusen away on Wednesday. That's going to be a difficult night. Very late over in Germany. Baltimore will be back at his home. It's I say home country. It's going to be interesting to say the least. I'm reserved on how it's going to be. As you can see, Leverkusen's 4th in the table. They've obviously had incredible seasons recently. Obviously going invincible and everything, but they're not the same team. I think we do stand a good chance to beat them, but I'm going to be a bit more reserved in that. I'm unsure. Sunderland game, I would like to think we can definitely beat them in here. Sunderland's kind of going downhill. They're on a downhill trajectory. And then they've got 7 players that are going out to AFCON like a week after this. And then we've got Fulham at home. I would like to say we can win that. That's in the Carabao Cup. So I'll just quickly go. I won't do results or anything, but I'll just quickly say what I think is going to be win-loss. So I think I don't see this being a draw. I think it's been a win to either Leverkusen or Newcastle. I'm going to say Newcastle just because I want us to win. So Newcastle. I think we're going to win at home. Chelsea game at home. Chelsea just drew today 0-0 at Bournemouth. I think they're a bit unsure where they are at the moment, but it's in 2 weeks' time. I would like to say we're still going to win this. So win that. Oh my God. This fixture every time. For some reason, there is a Sunderland fan who works at like the FA or something that decides who we play. Because we keep on we've had Manchester United on Boxing Day 4 times. Like, over the last 10, 11 years. Like, how does that make sense? And then we've also had Man City and Liverpool away all in that time. Like, it don't make sense. I personally don't have a good high hope for this game. I think we are probably going to lose at Old Trafford. I know Man United aren't having the best of time at the moment. Like, they lost to a 10-men. Everton drew to flipping West Ham, and then they've got Wolves coming up, which I've been talking to a lot of Manchester United fans, obviously from the Football Terrace, who seem to think that they're going to be losing that game. I think they're going to be winning that game, to be honest. And then we've got Burnley again, which is away. So it's like this is where the fixtures reset, and you play all the good teams again. So we have Burnley again. This one away. I would like to say we can win this. So, but the thing is, a lot, and same with Palace at home. I would like to think all these. I see just the Prem. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15. So out of 15 points that we could possibly get in the Premier League, I would say we should be looking at least 9, I would say. 9 or 10 is what I would say we should be going for by the 4th of January. So we'll come back to that and see how that sort of prediction's going to come. But I would like to think that we should be aiming towards that sort of level. And then with obviously within that, beating Fulham in the Carabao Cup and hopefully beating Leverkusen. So could be looking good. Let me know what you guys' thoughts are, especially to do with like predictions, how we're going to go. And I hope you guys have a great Christmas. Obviously, I'll definitely be on the terrace, and I'll probably try and make a video before Christmas and stuff. A few videos, especially like against Sunderland, see how we do, and all of that. So anyway, guys, I hope you guys are having a great time build up to Christmas, getting lots of presents, getting all stuff ready for what you're going to be doing with family. But much love, and I'll see you guys on the next one.